How's it going, neighbors? This is Ed here with eTrailer.com, and we're taking a look at the Hollywood Rack Sport Rider SE on the back of our 2023 Audi Q5. The Sport Rider is a very capable carrier that can support up to 80 pounds per bike. As far as your wheelbase, up to 60 inches, a tire diameter up to 29 inches. In general, this is going to cover a lot of bases. It's super adjustable. One thing I would say is a negative, though, is going to be there's a lot of points that you have to touch to make those adjustments. But after you have it set up to your particular bike, it makes it a lot easier. As you see on the back of our Q5, this guy does take up a lot of space as far as blocking out your license plate, your backup camera, your tail lights, and your rear view mirror, your back window. So you want to keep that in mind when you're loaded up with two bikes. Another cool feature is the fact that this carrier will tilt. You want to keep it in mind if you have two heavier 80-pound bikes, you may want some assistance to do this. So you're going to remove your retaining pin and then pull the knob here and just kind of guide it into the tilted position. And as you see, it's not much of an angle as far as your tilt, but it does give you enough clearance to access your cargo area. So you can grab your cooler or even put on your shoes if you need to before you ride. So that's pretty handy as far as a feature. It's a multi-step process in order to engage it, but it is still kind of nice that you can get to your cargo area. So we're going to reinsert our pin and clip to secure our carrier. Giving it a little tilt up, and we're just going to clamp that guy back down. We're just going to press the tab on our strap and tuck it out of our way. As you can see, the padded strap is going to help protect your wheel while it's on your carrier. And we're just going to tuck this guy out of our way best we can. There we are. And we're going to let that center mast hold up the bike for us to help stabilize it while we release the rear strap. All right, and you're going to squeeze and remove the locking hook. I demonstrate this carrier a lot of times, and I can't tell you how many times I've pinched myself removing these hooks. So you definitely want to be cautious to keep your hand clear. And we're just going to remove our bike from the carrier. Just walk it back a little bit, being cautious of our vehicle, and take a closer look at it. So the mast can tilt out of the way, but just with the size of our bike today, it just wasn't compatible, and sometimes that's just the case with it. So you're going to twist, being aware of the notch on the side of your pin, and drop this guy in, and you can secure your mast in the stowaway position. So now let's see how close we're getting to the rear of our vehicle. At the closest point, we're right at 8 inches, a little bit shy of 8 inches. Overall, we're adding about 2 feet, 24 inches. And let's see, at the lowest point here, about a foot from the ground. Depending on the weight of your bikes, if you have two 80-pound bikes on the back of your carrier, your suspension is going to sit down a little bit. So that ground clearance may vary depending on weight. All right, there's also an included anti-rattle handle here that's going to thread into the inside of the receiver. Essentially what it does, it pulls against the pin to reduce any slop in the receiver hitch. But depending on the position of it, that can affect how close you're getting to the ground. So you may have to back off in order to get some clearance, or just be mindful of where the handle is going to rest. And for the tilt away position, you're going to pull your first and second pin and allow it to snap in position. That's a great example of why you want to tie your strap off to make sure you don't make any contact with your vehicle and secure everything. And at the closest point, we're right at about 6 inches, and then we reduced our length all the way down to about 16 inches from the end of the handle. So pretty compact, and as you can see on the back of your vehicle, you have a pretty clear view of the license plate as well as the backup camera not being obstructed, or the tail lights or back window. The Sport Rider is kind of in its own lane as far as bike carriers due to the fact that it covers a lot of categories. You can go on the back of a motorhome. It's rated to carry e-bikes. It can be adjustable for your longer frames. So it touches bases on each one of those categories, at the same time being pretty cost effective in relation to what you're getting. Your big trade-off is the fact that there's so many knobs, pins and things to push and pull on it, so it takes a little bit more. But again, once you have it set up for your bike, it'll make it a lot easier. So in general, this is a good carrier for anyone that has an e-bike that's looking for something pretty compact that has a pretty substantial weight capacity. So this has been a look at the Sport Rider SE on the 2023 Audi Q5. This is Ed. Have a great day.